Dylan Eichler, a good strong top 5 finish for that Viagra car. And also that 6 car has had a wretched season so far. He's not gained any consistency, he's not up in the points. The only success that he's actually had was actually winning the Bud Shootout. And that was very bad, that was at the very beginning of the MFNPRA Craftsman car series. Why is there not a wreck? What is going on here? I tell you what, Chris Summers is looking very close from the back end of Matthew Johnson's car. Chris Summers, who's regarded as one of the best diecast reviewers on YouTube. And we're just passing halfway. Sorensen, Hartman, Bullock, your top 3, with Joey Krause in 4th. So Summers is having a good day in 8th position. And I think the driver he wants to have a little battle with is Pacioli, because Pacioli's 4th in points, and Pacioli's 37th in the race and is in trouble. And Summers that is like a couple of points behind Pacioli in the point standings, but he's running in 8th. So he's going to gain a lot of ground here on Pacioli. And there's Bubba Fitzpatrick, who's taken over that 99 team from TJ Moorehead, and if only anything, Fitzpatrick has been quite successful in that 99 car. I remember he had that really exciting race he had at Lowe's when him and the 38 caused a bit of a rivalry. They got into the red truck afterwards, they settled their differences and they're back together as mates. But obviously, emotions run high when you're in a racetrack. And that seemed to happen for the 99 of Fitzpatrick. But I tell you what, Fitzpatrick has been a very good driver for this 99 team. He's actually achieved something. He's actually done something. He actually done something better. What TJ Moorehead, the driver that was in that 99 car, what he didn't do was actually finish in the top 3, and Fitzpatrick did that in his 4th race, I believe. Yes, it was his 4th race of the season, and he finished 3rd in Michigan. And Fitzpatrick there is running strong in the top 10, running 9th. And Andrew Baranda, pace car. Diego Ospina, he slipped out the top 10 after the Lowe's incident when they got taken out when Kevin Gowen was back on the racetrack on his roof. But Ospina's having a strong day. He's currently running in 11th. Let's actually have a look at where the championship contenders are. Let's have a look at the points leader, John Dillon, if he's made up any ground. No, he hasn't. 31st position for John Dillon. Where is Anderson? Looks like that's 28th by the looks of it. Yes, it is, 28th. And the car's a single file. Do you know what? With the cars being single file, I don't think there's going to be any cautions. What a boring race this is. One guy we also need to talk about that is actually kind of struggling now in these last couple of races is Thomas Sheen. He's finished no higher than 36th in these last couple of races, and he's made a bit of contact there with Brian LaFleur. He's having a look on the inside. Can he pass him? Believe it or not, this is actually a battle here for 35th position, and he's passed the 23. So Thomas Sheen is up now to 35th. This will be his best finish of the season. Not best finish of the season. What am I on about? He took a win at Talladega. What am I on about? This will be his best finish in the last 3 races. We finished dead last at Michigan, 42nd at Michigan, and then 36th at Lowe's, and now he's currently 35th. So Thomas Sheen is going to be slipping down the points as anything. And Stefan Papies, what has happened to Papies in this season? There was a few drivers at the start of the season to predict that Papies could be one of the drivers that could win this championship, but if only anything, he's just been involved in incidents like Hartman as well, but also some poor finishing as well from the 49 team. Hopefully for season 2 of the championship, we hope Papiers will be back in that. Hope Papiers will be back, probably for a new drive for this season, because I think he might be out of contract with the 49 team for season 2. So he'll be looking for a new ride in the season 2 of the Craftsman car series, which I know everyone cannot wait for season 2. It's going to look bigger and better than this season. But we know that season 1 has been an absolute blast. I know there's a lot of people that have commented on it and actually saying what a great series this is. And I couldn't thank them all for that, and a lot of likes as well. Lots of people liking this season. There's Hagenstein, the guy who thinks that he's actually quite smexy. Obviously he hasn't looked himself in the mirror recently. You might hate me for that. Robert Band, 22nd. I'm surprised. Why is that? Do you know something? This has been a very much boring race, and I don't know why I feel so enthusiastic about this commentating on this race, because it's been boring. I'm trying to keep everyone's spirits up here and not getting a dislike saying, oh, this is boring and all that. Well, I think Cropley will give it a dislike, and then him and his VHS buddies will dislike it as well, because they like to be so far up their own asses. Right, there's Brian Page in 21st in the 18 car. He slipped out the top 10 yet again after a bad finish at Lowe's. And Wes McCall in 20th, looking close on the back end of Ryan Hansen. And then Hansen's teammate, the 01 of Dylan Gooden, is ahead of him. That's that. He's in 18th. Nick Knotson 17th. Colin Cropley 16th. Zach Shelton 15th. Martin Sakala 14th. And he's been having a bad couple of races so far in that 48 team, and this will help a little bit here because he's in 14th, and it looks like the way things stand, he's going to finish in 14th. And I'll tell you what, if only anything here, Fitzpatrick and Barand is actually closing up on that little train, that 8-car train, that is still leading by Sorensen. We've got 5 laps to go. Well, on that 36 out of 40, it is still Sorensen. Austin Hartman, I don't think Hartman's going to gain ground on the leader. Sorensen has had a really good looking car for this race. Seen that car go and practicing there, and he was always up at the front, he wasn't at the back end. So I mean, this is like a well-deserved victory here for Sorensen. And hopefully Hartman can actually stay in that second position. I hope he could. I mean, that would be great for the 30 car, and also for Austin Hartman himself, that at least he hasn't been involved in an accident. Matt Chris Bullock, he'll be disappointed there in third. He had a really fast car in qualifying, which got him to the pole position. But I think he'll take third position, and I do believe that will be the 5 teams' best finish of the season. I don't think Kokamazzi's actually finished in third, apart from the All-Star Open race, which he qualified because you had to get in via the top 3. We're coming up now with 2 laps to go now, and it is still CJ Sorensen. He looks good to get his first win of the season. And I mean, I'll tell you something, I don't think I've ever recalled a season having so many first-time winners in such a long consecutive winning streak. I mean, obviously NASCAR has got about now what? Well, it's actually spoiled the run now, because obviously Harvick with that double win, you know, at Martinsville. But Sorensen is coming to get the white flag this time by, and he will be the 14th different winner in the 14 rounds that we've raced in the MFNPRA Craftsman Car Series. I really do have to apologise to these people who've been watching this race. They expected to see loads of accidents, normally that it is a short track, but I think the boys have kind of behaved themselves. But off of 10-4, Sorensen wins at Dover! And Austin Hartman, well done to Austin Hartman, didn't get involved in an accident and it's been duly rewarded with a second place finish. Let's have a look at, oh, it's kind of frozen a bit there. Please do bear with me. It hasn't frozen, there we go. Hey. Let's give you the drivers finish in order there, and quite a poor race I'd have to say. But there you go, CJ Sorensen, first time winner yet again. That's the 14th driver has taken to victory lane. Austin Hartman second, Matt Chris Bullock third, Joey Krause fourth, Dylan Eichler fifth, Brian McCormack sixth, Matthew Johnson a win and a seventh in the last two races, strong finishing now. 8th position there for Chris Summers, and he's running in the top 10 in the points, so this is going to help him massively. Bubba Fitzpatrick 9th and Andrew Miranda completes your top 10. Diego Ospina 11th and Dakota Smith 12th. Good day out then for Roush Racing there. 5th, 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th. Donald Murray 13th, Martin Sakala 14th, Zach Shelton 15th, Cropley 16th, Nick Knott 17th, Dylan Gooden 18th, Ryan Hansen 19th, and Wes McCall completes your top 20. Brian Page 21st, Robert Band 22nd, Tristan Hagenstein 23rd, Seth Cole 24th, Eric Webler 25th, Kevin Gowen 26th, Brian McCloskey 27th, and the man second in points, John Anderson 28th. And look further down, 29th, Ethan Cooper, Corey Long 30th, John Dillon the points leader 31st. I think almost certainly he will lose the lead yet again. Seth Williams 32nd, John Worry, we didn't talk mostly about him throughout the whole race, but you know, 33rd position. Thomas Sheen 34th, Brian Lafleur 35th, sorry. Stephen Papier 36th, and the last guy on the lead lap. Timmy Pacioli 4th in the points, a very bad finish, finished a lap down in 37th. Only 2 cars out of the race, Angel Hernandez and Jake Cole, all got involved in that first lap pile-up. Well, there you have it, to what has been a very boring race, except for the start of the race, where we had that first quarter pile-up there. And Angel Hernandez is out of the care hospital and he is fine, so he'll be racing for round 15 of the championship, which will be held at Pocono. So until then, it's a goodbye for me, and like I said, sorry about not being that very much accidents. I wish I could have done a little bit better, but oh well. Like I said, round 15 is at Pocono, so until then it's a goodbye for me, and here's the points after this race.